welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to go through some tips and tricks on commissioning art. Now, I think I've definitely done this in the past, but I want to remake it with more updated kind of info, and how really you can start commissioning art for your OC. So let's get right into this. First thing I'm going to recommend is budgeting. Budgeting? Making sure you have the right money. I can't speak today. But yes, it's very important to make sure you have the right amount of money for what you want to get, and make sure you can definitely pay that, because a lot of people out there like commission art and either don't have the money, or they say to the artist, can they pay in bits? And some artists, they're okay with you paying like on some sort of payment plan. It depends on the artist. But to me personally, I make sure I have all the money I need for that commission before I even message them and asking them. Commissions can be either cheap or expensive. It kind of depends on what you're commissioning. I know in my experience, something like a full body piece of art with maybe like a scene background can definitely be a bit pricey. But if you're just going for like a simple headshot or like a profile pic, or heck, maybe even just a full body with no scene, like they can be pretty good price. So yeah, just kind of see what you want to commission and get some quotes and see how much you need. Now moving on to my next point is getting quotes. Never be afraid to message an artist and ask how much it would be for them to draw your character with whatever you want to be drawn. Artists don't mind giving you quotes. I do it all the time. I'll message some people and be like, hey, I want to get my otter drawn like this. Can you do it? How much will it be? And half the time they'll get back to you saying if they can do it or if they can. And that's another thing that is always worth doing, is making sure the artist is comfortable with the drawing you want. Because some artists may not be able to do full body. The next thing I definitely want to bring in as a tip, and I've had experience myself when I've done commissions, please have a ref sheet, or a very good piece of art that very clearly shows your character's design. I cannot stress this enough. I do commissions myself. I do avatar commissions for people, and I can't tell you how many people came to me without a reference. Now, most of the people who came to me without a reference had a really good piece of art that showed off like the whole design, so that is definitely a thumbs up. But please get a ref sheet. Then the reason I say that is because it makes the artist's job a lot harder to do, and don't forget, they do this for you. You know, they want this to be good for you, so make sure you have a ref sheet, because that can help the artist out massively and can really just make sure the art you're paying for is the quality you want. Now, if you don't know where to get a ref sheet, you have a few options. If you have like quite a common OC species, Google. There's a ton of free to use bases on there for ref, like Hunter, for example. When I had Hunter, I still do have Hunter. When I made him for the first time, I used a free to use wolf ref sheet base. You can do that with most other species if you just Google it. Just make sure they are definitely free to use and you're not stealing or tracing. It's the only thing I got put on there. But if you can get one, because it's an uncommon OC, look into commissioning one. Now, if you're commissioning somebody for a ref sheet, you're definitely going to have to give them a lot of detail, because obviously they're making your ref sheet. But again, they can also be a little bit pricey, depending on who you go to and what you want done. But if the design's already done and you literally just want a ref sheet, I don't think it'll be that much money. So yeah, definitely please get a ref sheet so it helps the artists out. My next tip is please don't argue with the artist about money. At the end of the day, they can charge whatever they like. They're the artist, so they get to pick how much their art is worth. If you don't have enough money for that artist, just go and find another artist. There is thousands upon thousands of him out there, and they all have different pricing and all different. But please don't hate on an artist because their art is expensive for you, because at the end of the day, they do that, you know, half the time. These artists actually use this as a full-time job as well, so they gotta keep the lights on. So if you just can't afford it, simply go and find another artist. Or if you really do want to go and do that artist but you don't have enough money, save more money. Don't argue with them. If their price is like that, so be it. You know what I mean? It's just how it is, and Another thing I'm going to add on to that, please don't go to an artist and asking if they could do it for free, because that's an insult. I get if you don't have money, or you're young in the fandom and you don't have money and you want to get some art. I understand that, I really do, but by you asking if they can do it for free it can be very insulting to the artist, and it can be very rude, to be honest. My other tip is where to go for art. Now, this really doesn't matter, I guess. I mean, there's artists everywhere. Personally, where I get my art from, like when I commission, is usually people on Twitter, Fair Affinity, Fiverr's a good place, Instagram, I'm guessing Furry Amino, if that's still a thing. I don't know if that's a thing or not. There is so many places, so go and have a look, you know what I mean? Have a good look around, see who is selling what for what, you know what I mean? And compare prices. That's what I always do. When I commission art, I don't just go to a artist. I'm always comparing prices and the quality of art. I mean, the last few commissions, I have been going to a certain artist because they are freaking amazing and their prices are amazing and very fair, and their art is just adorable. In fact, there's her Twitter if you're interested. I don't usually promote people, but genuinely, they are such a nice person and they do such amazing art. So there's the Twitter I recommend going and seeing what her art is like. You'll probably see some art of me over there because I've commissioned her a few times now. But yeah, like I said, go around, compare prices, see what art style you like the most, and see what's in your budget. Okay, there's some tips on art. Now, I know some of them are kind of basic, but I feel like they need to be repeated because there's a lot of younger people in the fandom that don't learn them, or we're not really teaching them. So that's why I sometimes repeat some of the basics, just to help the newer people to the fandom, because I believe they are very important tips to commissioning people and not to offend anybody. But I hope you guys enjoy, and if you guys can think of any other tips, go and leave them down in the comments, because we could definitely do a part 2 if you guys want that. But make sure you leave some down in the comment if you've got any tips yourself. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!